future, all at once.
At the Porsche Experience Center in Los Angeles, California, on the eve of the Los Angeles Auto Show, Porsche debuted the new 2020 911 Carrera S, Generation 8.
True passion can only be timeless.
It's a fitting site for the world premiere. The Golden State is one of Porsche's most important markets.
I've been with Porsche for 22 years, and I can tell you I get goosebumps when I hear about a new generation 911 coming up. It's always very exciting for us, and it's very, very important for the brand.
Allow me to fight the crowds for you. Here are the basics. The all-aluminum body keeps the classic 911 silhouette, though the front is now wider by about 1 3/4 inches. The back is the same width as the previous generation GTS. There are 20-inch wheels up front, 21s in the rear. Flush electric door handles extend when needed. Headlights are LED. The wider spoiler has variable positioning. The turbocharged flat six produces 443 horsepower. That's up by 23. A new 8-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission is standard kit, but don't worry, Porsche says a manual transmission is coming. The rear-drive S does the 0 to 60 dash in 3.5 seconds, according to Porsche, and they're always conservative. Adding the optional Sport Chrono package slices 0.2 of a second off that. Top speed is now 191 miles an hour.
Well, we're always looking for technology to improve safety. And wet mode is a really interesting story because it actually senses that the frequency within our wheelhouses, and they can judge on whether there's too much water in the wheelhouse or not, and then they will adjust the chassis and the whole setup of the car accordingly to make it more safe. That wet sensor will tell the driver to actually, or it suggests that you put on the wet mode. But it also does it partly automatically. If you have a four-wheel drive 911, then it'll even lift the spoiler in the back to increase your downforce. So it's a safety feature.
Inspired by 911s from the 1970s, the cabin is all new, though clearly it has been updated since the days of disco. The touchscreen interface grows to nearly 11 inches from 7. Adaptive 18-way sports seats are optional. The gauge cluster, with the tack in the middle, naturally is pure Porsche. And yes, the ignition remains in the traditional position.
Currently, with the current 911, we have 24 derivatives. So there's something for each and every one, be it a Targa, be it four-wheel drive, be it two-wheel drive, be it convertible, and different power variants. Of course, we're going to work on the derivative strategy going forward with a brand new 911.
Pricing for the 2020 911 Carrera S will start at around $114,000. The all-wheel drive 4S model begins near $121,000, but you'll have to wait until the summer of 2019. Impatient fans might want to head over to their local Porsche dealership and inquire soon. And if you're close to LA or Atlanta, I suggest delivery at a Porsche Experience Center. It's Automotive Disneyland. That's your first look at the 8th generation Porsche 911. Looking forward to driving it. I'm Tom Voelk.